It is Homer Cocktail. Homer Cocktail doing some vlogging. Getting rid of my backlog videos right now. Okay, it's Homer Cocktail vlogging. This is another insert, probably for the Gumbo series. I'm trying to make this, less than 5 minutes, maybe around 2 or 3 minutes, maybe. I might have to start going to writing on my hands again. Sometimes I write notes on my hands. I'm about to start processing some videos, and I'm almost done with my 2010 backlog. What I wanted to mention, just on this little side road for some reason. What I wanted to mention is this idea of censorship. I have a documents channel, Homer Cocktail 48, it's a documents channel, and eventually I'd really like to get all of the things that I've been through, transcripts, diplomas, whatever. I have a passport, that for some reason I thought was cool to put on there. I want to get everything put on that channel that, work reviews, tax records, I want to get everything put on there for some reason. There's a point, there seemed to be a witch hunt starting around the autumn of '98. And I even started writing a book called Witch Hunt, which I was never able to edit because of this vibe out there. And this is before I had any serious run-ins with law enforcement, family, or friends. We're talking about major stuff. Anyhow, one of the characteristics of the 2000s, even before 9/11, is this idea of censorship. And I've been arrested twice. At least there's been 2 charges. I've gone to jail 3 times, once for violating probation, and I plea bargained to misdemeanors both times, and it felt like I was a victim of a witch hunt. I'm just telling you what it felt like. And the second time around, I was actually accused of being crazy, and that's kind of more what I want to show paperwork, and I think it was very politically motivated what was going on. I was doing some reading from Ann Coulter, which first time I heard about her, she was calling Democrats, she was accusing them of treason for not standing up and applauding every time Republicans stood up and applauded Bush during his speeches, State of the Union speeches, etc. She was saying that was treason. And I thought it was funny. She has a pretty face and bony legs and, whatever that is. And it's a really neat method because the archetypal Republican is usually this slothy, gray-haired, old man with a lot of money and out of touch and everything. Like a Mr. Burns. Maybe it used to be Daddy Warbucks from Annie, but I don't think it is anymore. That's a real neat thing to do, to put a prettier face on heinous ideas. And a few weeks ago, I'm reading through Wicca quotes. We should be fingerprinting environmentalists and stuff, we should be physically intimidating liberals. That's a paraphrase, and basically saying that the students at Kent State during the 70s that got shot, there were 4 that were shot dead, that, hey man, they were part of a rowdy mob. Basically they deserved it, But that was the attitude. during the Bush years of anyone on the right towards the left. And, you know, I started going to this left of center school. And I want to say something for the first time ever, too, at least on camera. Man, I chose environmentalism because I think we should have clean air, clean water. You know, that is fundamentals. But I remember being a kid, and you could always rely on that, you know, as a given. You know, you could always take it. It seemed to be, you know, you take it for granted that the EPA or, you know, OSHA's going to protect workers and stuff. And it seemed at a point, if you want to get it done, you got to do it yourself, you know. So going to, you know, environmental studies or whatever. This is going a little longer than just an insert. Coming on 6 minutes here. But it seemed like the censorship was really heavy. And what I think they were calling crazy ideas, global warming, for example, and accusing people of being crazy, that were really just ahead of the curve and progressive. You know, it's back in, you know, 98, 99 when I started feeling that. They're accusing people of being crazy. And, you know, I have paperwork in there where I couldn't ask, you know, when I got arrested, I was allowed one question. I was allowed one question when I had a public defender, when there's cross-examination going on. And the guy that accused me said he called me in jail, and when he called me in jail, I said I was going to stab him with a knife, and I swear to God, that did not happen. Nothing like that happened. As a matter of fact, you can't call people when they're in jail, you know, and I've said this over and over. But instead of taking him in for perjury and letting me go, they just said, you know what? Screw it, man. We'll just fucking plea bargain and, you know, whatever happened there. But I was kind of naive, thinking that you know, life is like TV, and you get to sit down with the lawyer, you know, publicly appointed lawyer, without plexiglass, and you have longer than 30 seconds, you know, to talk to him. And what would have been neat is if I could have known who was pressing charges. I was in there like a month and a half without knowing who the fuck was pressing charges against me. What would have been neat is if they could give you a half a sheet of paper with the criminal charge as it's defined in the penal code. Is 422, terrorist threat. And the code says it has to be unconditional, unequivocal, and immediate. I didn't know what I was being charged for. Didn't know the law. Didn't know who was doing the accusation. Had 30 seconds to fucking talk to a public defender. And besides that, fucking, you know, I don't know what to say. But there seemed to be a lot of fear about telling your own side of the story back then. And we might as well make this a 10-minute piece. We're at 8.5 minutes now. I'm over here, probably going to put this at Homer Cocktail 34. And you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. You can't yell shark at the beach. You can't say hijack in a, you know, airport terminal. We have free speech supposedly up until the point that domestic tranquility's, you know, threatened, and you know, this is the debate will be forever about the balance or whatever. But before I thought, hey, free speech means free speech. You know, that's the bottom line. I wish I could have talked about this a long time ago, some of these things. But it seems like the bigger the fucking screw up that someone has out there, the more you got to cater to them, you know? Otherwise, people are going to get up in arms and you're going to be fucking charged for inciting a riot, you know? So, that's this one. 10 minutes. Okay, get your kicks on Route 66, right? Magic lamp in right there. Magic lamp in right there, off to the right. I used to work there when I was 16 years old. Used to make this thing right here to the right. Magic lamp in. It's a upscale, somewhat upscale restaurant. Here's Vince's Spaghetti. Me and my sister, my dad ate at the Vince's Spaghetti on Holt. I think it's in Ontario. To the left is the Sycamore Inn, which is a magic lamp kind of place as well, upscale. Went to eat there once, very expensive. But I was a busboy in the mid to late 80s, 86, somewhere around there, at Magic Lamp Inn. And we used to get free cheese bread. And I just like it there. But I'm in the middle of a job hunt, and I was thinking maybe I should go to the Magic Lamp Inn. Had a good time, but I had a car, and this is right when the insurance law started. The mandatory insurance and, you know, having to show proof of insurance and all. So, all my fucking money was going to car maintenance, you know, counting insurance. It was going to, my car leaked oil. It had bald oil. I had to pump the brakes. I had to drive the car with my left foot on the brake and my right foot on the fucking accelerator, or else the car would turn off. Had a fucked up carburetor and shit. But this area is around Foothill. It's a little more developed than it was back then. Just want to point out Magic Lamp Inn. There's a soup plantation I'm looking at off to my left. Keep the camera down there because people think I'm fucking wigging or something. Alright, I can turn this off. I was gonna wait until light turned green, but